Hello everybody, here we are in mid-October and I wanted to tell you a bit about making learning visible. What is it? Making learning visible is a very powerful democratic process that is a collaboration between teachers and students that makes exactly that. It makes learning visible. We know what children have learned and to a certain extent how they've learned it. Critically, it's not making teaching visible. Making teaching visible would be much easier. All I would have to do is put up a schedule and take some photos and say, hey, this is what I taught, this is what children should know. That, to me, is not so important. What is important to me is what do children know, what do they understand, and what have they learned over the last 6 weeks so far of school. And so the first thing we did was actually make our learning visible process visible so that people who come to see this board, whether they be parents, whether they be my colleagues, whether they be the children themselves, they can actually see the process that we set out, and it's very, very easy. We also put up our unit themes, so it's clear actually what the agenda for the learning is. Our first unit is all about us, all about me. So the unit themes are here, the focus questions here, and the immersion themes are here. Then what we do is we sit down after we have participated, documented, and interviewed the children. We found themes, and then we're making it visible here. And then what are we doing? What's included here? It's stories, right? So this is a dialogue between me and this boy talking about what he was thinking and feeling when he was participating in this activity. And then I have sort of distilled out my own insights about that. So what I've done here is I've actually created a story, a learning story. So this is Xander's story about what is a friend and his insights about what friends are. So when I was asking him about this photo, he told me that, one of these boys here was actually not his friend, but actually just someone he played with sometimes. And he made a distinction. And so that's a powerful piece of learning for a young child to realize that a friend is a special category. And so I prepared a story about that we can then share with parents and whoever wants to interact with this board. Then we have lots of photos with quotes from children. What are they doing in the photo? What are they thinking about the photo? Some of those are more extended, right? So if the children had a lot to say about it, I actually write down and document everything they said and then put it up here on the board. Finally, it's all signposted. So under here, these photos are all about character. What is a friend? These photos are all about competence, learning for mastery. These photos are all about character, rules, and routines, right? And these are actually the emergent themes that we found. So what do you need to do if you want to implement making learning visible in your classroom? Just follow this 5-step process. Step 1, participate. So the children are just going around doing their daily activities, but it means that you have to be paying a special attention, right? As early childhood educators, we all know that observation is a really foundational part of our practice. So you have to be really paying close attention to what children are doing and documenting while they're participating, because that is step 2, document. Take a lot of photos and video during free play, during outdoor play, during planned activities. Photograph and document everything that you can. Try to have your phone, your camera, whatever you have in your hands at all times so that you're ready. The third is you print out those photos and you interview the kids. So you interview the kids, you ask them lots of probing questions. What's happening in this photo? Who's in this photo? How are you feeling? What were you doing? And don't settle for one-word answers, right? You've got to kind of press the children a little bit further. You're gonna have to develop your interview skills, and it's a great skill to have as a teacher. Step 4, as you go through and you're talking to children, you are gonna find themes. You're gonna find recurring things that children are all interested in and wanna talk about. And so once you have those themes, you can write those down. And then that's gonna actually help you to organize your Making Learning Visible board once you wanna get into step 5, which is to make it visible. You have to lay it out. So you want to be an observer, and you want to be a collector of stories, and you want to take children's learning seriously, whatever it is. This isn't a test of your teaching, this is a measurement of children's learning. So I really encourage people to try it out. It's such a powerful process, and you'll get a huge amount of reward out of it. So go forth and document and make learning visible, and enjoy the rest of October.